So this is the Samsung Galaxy A53, Samsung's mid-range device for 2022. I think you should buy it, and here's why. So first reason is going to be the battery life on the Samsung Galaxy A53, and I can just throw you like numbers of how long it lasted and this and that, but it's going to vary from person to person. However, I can tell you that my day typically starts at around 7 a.m. when I actually pick up my phone, put it in my pocket and start using it for the day. And I typically end the day at around 9 p.m. where I can finally kind of put it on my desk and say, you know what, I'm for the most part done using my phone. And it lasts me from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Typically, I'm ending around 25 to 30% of battery life. So the Galaxy A53 comes equipped with a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And in fact, this does last a little bit longer than the Galaxy S22 Ultra in my use case when I tested out both devices. And with other mid-range devices too, the Pixel 6a, this has lasted longer than Pixel 6a, for example. Definitely beats its Apple rival, its Apple competitor, iPhone SE3. So there's that if you wanted to know. I think when you compare the three, Google, iPhone, and Samsung, their mid-range devices, Samsung Galaxy A53, especially in the battery department, beats them. It physically has the largest battery size, but just in day-to-day performance, in my case, again, it can vary from person to person. It lasted me the longest with the most battery life. So for those who aren't a heavy user, for me, I am, where I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos, especially keeping up. I have a lot of YouTube video subscriptions, like subscribers, and I keep up with their videos all the time. So I always have videos running in the background on my phone. I'm using it for calling, for texting, surfing the web, playing Call of Duty, whatever you do on your phone. I probably do that times like 5 times 6. So if you're a light user, you just carry your phone occasionally to call and text or to email, you know this is going to last you. And if you're a super light user, you literally just use this phone to call people. And I've seen that before working in the mobile department at Best Buy. I've experienced customers who just want to pick up a smartphone that they're going to, periodically use just to call. I would always prefer them a Samsung mid-range device because it's going to last longer. If you go that route, just calling and texting once in a while, you're not always on your phone, you're not always attached to your phone like I am, then this will last you 2 days of battery life. Charging up to 25 watts of charging. So it's not the fastest charging speeds out there, but you put it on for an hour or two and you'll be up and ready to go for the next day. So battery life is definitely a reason why you should pick up Galaxy A53. So reason number 2 is actually going to be software. Now you're probably thinking, why are you talking about software with the Galaxy A53? It's clunky, it's running like Samsung One UI, this, that. Well, I just want to clear some things up. First of all, One UI on Samsung devices as of late have been really smooth, really good. Fast and silky smooth, buttery smooth, let's put it that way. No issues whatsoever. But Samsung has also committed to offering 4 years of software updates, starting off with their flagship devices, but also with the Galaxy A53, 4 years of software updates and 5 years of security updates. That's really good because more and more people are starting to keep their phones longer because there's also less and less improvements year over year with smartphones. So it makes sense to offer 4 years. And in some countries, in some regions, Samsung has already begun to roll out Android 13 on the Galaxy A53, whereas a lot of other OEMs, they still didn't even start rolling out Android 13 on their flagship devices. Samsung already pushed those out for their flagship devices. It's a gradual rollout, so not everyone may have Android 13 all at once, but they're already pushing out Android 13 for their mid-range devices. I have right here the US unlocked version. I have currently not received Android 13, but it is official. It has begun to roll out in some regions in Europe. So be on the lookout. Again, it's a gradual rollout. So that already counts as one major OS update. You can still get Android 14, 15, and 16 on the Galaxy A53, whereas other flagship OEMs, 3 years, and that's like maybe. I think more companies and more OEMs should push for more software updates. So that's a huge plus. And 5 years of security updates. You should be all set with Galaxy A53 in the software department. The reason number 3 is going to be that display. This you see right here. And I actually like this wallpaper. This is my latest wallpaper pack. It's called a Ripple. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below if you want to take a look. A bunch of different colors of this specific Ripple wallpaper. Now, when I talk about display, I'm kind of comparing it to its competitors like the iPhone SE3 and the Pixel 6a. So this right here has a 120 Hz Super AMOLED display with up to 800 nits of brightness, 6.5-inch display. So it's fairly large. It's also 120 Hz, and it does get fairly bright. When I use it outdoors, I haven't had too much of an issue. Obviously, I'm not comparing to the flagship out there because that's a different category. But putting aside, iPhone SE3 and Pixel 6a, Galaxy A53's display has just been more pleasant to use. I mean, in the end, it's a Samsung panel. It's Super AMOLED, and I believe that display is the most important part of the phone because right here, you and your phone, it's the part where you interact the most with display. I'm not looking at the back of the phone for most of the day. I am looking at the screen, at this display. So because of that, I think it's the most important part of the phone, and Samsung did really good with Galaxy A53. There is, a little bit of thick bezel right on the bottom. That doesn't bother me at all. But for watching YouTube videos, it gets the job done. Absolutely love it. And that's why I think it's a reason you should buy it, especially when you're comparing it to its competitors. iPhone SE3, 60 Hz, 4.7-inch display, and it's just outdated design. Pixel 6a, 60 Hertz. Some may argue that 60 Hertz is fine, but I mean they're at the same price tag, $449 initial price. I'm not talking about like, oh, the Pixel 6a goes on sale and it's cheaper. I'm talking about initial pricing. You're getting a better spec display on the Galaxy A53, and I think that's really important. And that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. At the time of this recording, I just passed 24,200 subscribers, and I'm almost at my goal of 25,000 subscribers for 2022. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. And if you can share this video, it will help push my content out to more people. Thank you all so much. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.